high share of carries tonight?
It was really the week before, but that didn't change anything, for me. I just knew I had to come in, and step up,
You set a new career high in carries tonight. Did you feel it a little bit more as the game went on?
Yeah, I did. Kind of started off a little slow, just getting the feel of the game in the beginning of it, but we got to a rhythm, but we got a lot of more to work on, so.
Marcus, North Carolina is really mixing things up a lot, sending different guys from different spots. What type of challenges that create for run game identification and things like that?
It's really difficult because they had a lot of blitz coming at us, so we just had to adjust, settle down. We wasn't used to seeing that kind of look, the looks they was giving us, but as the game was going, we kind of settled down, and we got rolling.
Marcus, I know you're new here, but how much does this sting to kind of lose in this fashion?
It stings, nobody likes losing, so I mean it's a tough feeling, but we know we can do though. We know we can be better. We know that wasn't our expectations. The first one we wanted to come out and win, but we can't let that keep our heads low. So we just got to keep our heads up, and keep moving to the next game.
Marcus, what did you see on the play where Lemecki had the big game, then dropped it, and you got it? Did it just pop in your hands?
Yeah, it was just right in there. Coach always tells us about chasing the ball. You never know what's going to happen. So I was just right there with it, and I had my dog back.
Marcus, what was the attitude of the offensive huddle on the last drive?
Say again.
The offensive huddle on the last drive. What was the mood in the huddle?
We were just taking the play-by-play. We didn't want to get ahead of ourselves. And just go right after and go right for the big play. We just needed to settle down on that, but it was a pretty good drive, that last drive though, until the end.
What did it feel like crossing the goal line for the first time for your first touchdown as a Gopher?
It felt wonderful. The fans gave the major energy, but it felt amazing. The guys up front was moving the pile, so it was just good things from them. So.
What did you feel like were the issues in the third quarter of being able to stay on the field?
Yeah, it was just the mistakes. We had a lot of mistakes that we can't make, and we know that we can't make. But this is the first game. This don't define it. Who we are. We know we're going to come back from this, and it's going to be better.
Any more for Marcus? All right, thank you, Marcus.
Appreciate it.
Defensively, it was just kind of some self-inflicted things that kind of set you guys back. How did you feel about it?
Pretty much felt the same way. I know it wasn't the cleanest game on our end, and just get back in tomorrow, watch the film, and get better.
Justin, what did you see on your interception?
I just played my technique, trusted what the coaches taught me, and the ball was there. I just made a play on the ball, got some good block from my teammates, and did what I could with it.
Did you have any offensive background, high school, or like when you were very young at least?
Well, I played running back my whole life until I started getting recruited for corner. So up until my junior year, I was always running back.
You talked about kind of rushing yards allowed on first down, really setting you back. What was Amari Hampton doing, and North Carolina doing so well on early downs?
Well, I just think we wasn't as detailed on defense, and that comes with it. We just come back in tomorrow, like I said, and see where we messed up at and get better from it.
Justin, you're a leader on this team. You've been here a while now. What do you say to the guys in the locker room after a game like that, in a game where you probably feel like was within your grasp?
Well, we know what type of team we are, and that was the whole message. And we know we kind of beat ourselves for the most part. And we just got to keep everybody heads up. No, it's just one game, and the goals want to know next week.
How'd you kind of rally that group? Obviously, we saw that Darius was out in the secondary Darius screen, and then Johnson McMillan went down part of the game as well. Just how'd you kind of rally that secondary that's kind of got banged up a bit?
Well, we had a lot of guys through camp and spring ball that's been taking reps, so we're confident that we had depth, and the guys, the backups, we had all the faith in them to come and play. So we didn't really have to rally nobody up. The guys just stepped up and ready to play.
Justin, what kind of happened on that drive that led to them taking the lead with the field? It seemed like 2 quick chunk plays, and all of a sudden they're in your guys' territory. Can you kind of walk us through that drive and how they were able to get down the field so quick?
For the most part, I'd just say lack of details. I know on my end, I had a play where I wasn't the most detailed, and like the whole game, we just lacked details in certain areas, and that was a crucial moment. That drive really needed it, but it just comes down to details and executing. We didn't really execute in that drive.
Just to clarify, that was the 30-yard completion.
Yes, yeah.
When you see the pass rush kind of getting after the quarterback as much, how much did that help you guys on the back end?
Helps us out a lot. When you ain't got to cover for a long time, the quarterbacks, his reads get blurry, so makes our job a lot easier on the back end.
Any more for Justin?
Thank you.
When the game started and then kind of as it progressed, your kind of comfort level out there?
Yeah, it was a very unique experience with the transition with the guys, and I did my best to take it all in with the team, and I felt like they supported kind of me throughout the initial part of that game, and I love playing with these guys. It's again one of my favorite teams I've ever been a part of, and I can't wait to continue to compete throughout the rest of this year.
Max, what did you tell them on the last drive when that started?
Say again.
What did you tell your teammates on that last drive?
Yeah, going into the drive, you kind of just let the guys know, like, hey, this is going to be the situation, guys. Be prepared for a 2-minute drive to go win it. That's the mentality you have to go into it. If you're like, I hope we get a stop here. You have to, as an offense, you want the ball in your hands to win the game. And I thought the guys did a really good job, rallying together. And guys made plays, around the whole field, and that's testament to them and how they battle. And again, it goes back to why I love playing with this team. And these guys just love playing football, and they battle, and they're I'm proud to play with them.
Max, North Carolina was really mixing pressure from different spots.
Yeah.
Changing a lot of presentations. How big of a challenge was it to process pre and post snap?
Yeah.
Kind of make adjustments as the game went on?
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. It was fun. Getting different looks, and it's a mental battle for sure every single play, which is a testament, to their defensive coordinator Jeff Collins, and their players on defense. Really athletic people, and can make plays all over the field. They did a really good job disguising coverage and playing their style of defense. So we had a good time doing it, and again, it's all mental battle, and that's what football is.
Max, how would you describe the passing game just in general tonight?
Yeah, I thought we would love to be more efficient in the pass game. I thought that from both sides, I think I have to do a way better job putting the ball where it needs to be for the guys. I thought the guys did a really good job getting open today, and but as an effort, I thought pass protection was very, very efficient today. It was very good today, and just as a unit, we got to do better. And I can't wait to see where it goes the rest of the season.
Cody, how tough was it to bring Hampton down?
Yeah, he's a really good back, good strong back, low center of gravity. So you hit that guy, you got to wrap up, you got to run your feet, keep your head up. It's a lot of things go into that. It's good strong back. He was in pretty much the whole game. So testament to that guy, that great athlete. So he's in there and not getting tired, allowing himself to play the whole game. So great athlete. So those things that were really what go into bringing a guy like that down.
Cody, Justin was up here talking about the lack of details at times on defense. How did you feel like it went tonight?
Yeah, I would agree. There's I would also say that there's a lot of good on that film as well. I hope everyone is able to see that as well. But there was a lot of times where maybe someone's not in their gap. There's a penalty here, penalty there, and those are things that once we clean up, I think we played a very clean game outside of that. So it's those little details that once we clean up, we are and we will continue to be an elite defense. Again, I hope everybody sees that. But within these four walls, we believe truly in each other, and that obviously losing, nobody enjoys that, nobody plans on that. But this is where we can look in the mirror, look at ourselves, and really see what we can learn, what we can get better at. Obviously learn a lot from winning, but I think really when you have opportunities like this, you have to look at it as an opportunity to grow and learn. You can't go and put your head down, and none of that was happening tonight. And we're just excited tomorrow morning to get back and learn a lot from that tape.
Cody, firsthand what it's like with Dragon making a kick to win a game in the season opener last year. What do you say to him after a tough one tonight?
I love you. It's that simple. It's none of that game is on him. There's plenty of plays defensively, offensively, special teams. It's a team effort. There's no one play that loses you a game, right? I told him right when we got off the field, like, hey, don't even think about that right now. Like, keep your head up. It's plenty of things that could have went a different way, right? So that honestly the first thing I said to him, I love you. Keep your head up, right? So I couldn't be more proud of him and the way that he's going to respond. I know the type of character that he has, so I'm excited to see the rest of the season for that guy.
Next, BJ was talking about how it looked like it took a couple minutes to kind of settle in for you. When you're in a new conference, a new quarterback, new program, how much do you view like the first game as kind of like a crash course for yourself? How do you fairly kind of use a barometer for yourself in a game like this?
Yeah, I think you try to set the standard before the game too. With I'm going against a really talented and skillful defense every single day. You kind of try to set that level of what it's going to feel like, and that's all you can compare it to really is before you go into the game. I was just joking. I told Keegan, I was like, we're not in Kansas anymore, and I remember seeing the whole environment is completely different. It's a fun challenge, I think, as any new player in any new conference, but especially in the Big Ten. It's definitely there's an adjustment period that gets created, and I think the guys who have done it before, that those are people who I'll lean on, who can say how it works throughout the season, and I'm going to do my ultimate best to continue to put the best product on the field with the team, and just grow from this loss.
Max, we saw the chemistry with you and Daniel Jackson throughout the game, and then that anticipation on that throw to Elijah for 20 yards on that last drive. Just is that the experience kind of, and like the bond you've built with your receivers over the offseason? Yeah, I think all the positive plays we had today were, and negative plays, but all the positive plays today that were shown on the field. That comes from hours and hours of work before the game starts. There's always going to be negative plays. There's going to be positive plays. There's going to be pretty neutral plays as well, and a lot of that comes with how we battle as well. I think that chemistry comes with making plays when it counts, but also when we need it to count too, before the 2-minute drive starts, and the mentality going into it. And I think all that stuff goes into the chemistry that's built off the field, in the film room, in the weight room, et cetera.
Cody, what do you notice about playing in this defense for Corey now as opposed to playing it with Joe? Anything stand out to you after one game or in practicing now with Corey for all this time? What stands out to you playing in this type of defense with him instead of Joe?
I think just the speed that the guys are able to run around and play with. I think that you can see on the film how fast and free guys are able to move around on that field. There's not as much thinking. There's not as much, wondering what I got to do on this play. It's because as soon as you got to think about what you got to do, you're a step behind. You're reacting, obviously, first off, defense is reacting off what the offense does. So if I have to think about what my job is after the ball is snapped, that guy's got 2-3 steps in the ground, and I'm 2-3 yards behind him. So it's got to be a click. I don't have to think about what I have to do anymore, and I think that shows with the guys on the field today how fast you're able to run around and the speed at which guys understand what they have to do and how they have to get there. So I would say the speed at which guys are allowed to play at.
Cody, you were moving around a little bit, mugging, and then overload fronts and some of the stuff you were able to do. How much of a difference did you think those packages made in a few spots to get some pressure?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just anything that we can do to tweak a look, tweak a front, to confuse that quarterback's eyes. Anything that we can do, it's great for us as a defense. And then we play a lot of great quarterbacks. Both quarterbacks we played are great quarterbacks today. And the more we can give them different looks, the more that we can confuse them to allow us to not let them see what we're in is obviously a benefit to the defense. So anything that we can do is we're going to do it.
Max, did you think you kind of found your rhythm kind of on that last drive in terms of the passing game?
I'm not sure exactly when I would say anything clicks. I think there's kind of moments of gradual ups and downs in any line you continue to take, and I think it's just a matter of continuing to keep pushing forward. I think there's the elite people per se are able to continue to battle through times of extreme adversity, but also continue to keep a level head in times of great success and joy, and that's what this team represents. And I try my best to embody what this team represents, and having the offensive guys around me and the whole team that truly embody that same ideology. It's just, you know, the ultimate team, I think.
Any more questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.